Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to teach science of class 8 and this is the continuation of lesson number 5. In the last class or last lecture we have discussed about lesson number 5. We have already started lesson number 5. Name of the lesson is coal and petroleum, and in the last lecture we have discussed about coal and how coal formed. And we have discussed the useful products of coal also. And today we are going to discuss about petroleum and natural gas. So let's start with the first topic of today's lesson, that is petroleum. You will find the topic on page number 59, petroleum. Petroleum. So you were in the starting of the in the starting itself, it is given that petrol is used as a fuel. Petrol is used as a fuel. Is used as a fuel in light automobiles such as motorcycles, scooters, cars. Heavy motor vehicles like trucks and tractors run on diesels. Heavy vehicle diesel petrol and diesels are obtained from the natural resource called petroleum. Diesel amadi petrol sikai de lakuno haragadi petroleum de lakuna thani. They are useful products of petroleum. So the question is how petroleum is formed. So now the question is how petroleum is formed. How petroleum is formed. How petroleum is formed. So petroleum was formed from the organism living in the sea. Organisms living in the sea. Living in the sea. Samudra laiba ahingba jiva sing dagi petroleum si phangmani. As these organisms died, masigi organisms singasi were living in the sea. When they died, when they died, their bodies settled down at the bottom of the sea. Makhada phamdara laigrani luptharaga settled down at the bottom of the sea and got covered with a layer of makhung khunjani doing kanana and covered with the layers of sand and clay. Sand and clay. And over million of years ki matungda absence of air na maram moidana. Million years ki matungda absence of air, the high temperature, high pressure na maram moidana. Dead organisms are converted into petroleum and natural gas. So organisms living in the sea, after they died, they settled down at the bottom of the sea and got covered with sand and clay. Millions of years ki matungda, under high temperature and high pressure, in the absence of air, dead organisms are converted into petroleum and natural gas. So when you look at the textbook at page number 59, you will find a picture is given where natural gas and petroleum they are above that of water. Layers of petroleum and natural gas are above that of water because oil and gas are lighter than water and do not mix with it. So the next point under the topic petroleum is refining of petroleum. Refining of petroleum. Petroleum the yauriba constituents haidi mongmagi manung the yauriba fractions constituents or lawthokadwini refining of petroleum. Petroleum is a dark oily liquid. Petroleum is a dark oily liquid. Petroleum is a dark oily liquid. So petroleum is a dark oily liquid. It has an unpleasant odor. Unpleasant. Unpleasant odor. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum DRC. Constituents mixture ni petroleum gas yawi, then petrol yawi, diesel yawi, then paraffin wax yawi. The process of separating the various constituents at the petroleum ki manung the yauriba fraction singsi a useful product singsi masi lauthok possible separating the constituents. Separating the constituents. Petroleum ki manung the yauriba useful products sibu amamam lauthok possible when separating the various constituents sibu when refining gawi, and it is carried out in the petroleum refinery. And when you look at the table given in page number 60, you will find constituents of petroleum and its uses. Say for example petrol loss, which is given in your table. You will find in the second number petroleum. It is used in motor fuel, solvent for dry cleaning, kerosene, which is also one of the product of petroleum, or one of the constituent of petroleum, kerosene. Then diesel is also given. Bitumen is given. Bitumen is used in paints, road surfacing. So these are the constituents of petroleum, or you can say useful products of petroleum. So after refining we get all these useful products of petroleum, and the uses you will find in the same table. And one important point is given in page number 60, which is highlighted by pink background. Many useful substances are obtained from petroleum and natural gas. Petroleum amadi natural gas tagi akoina kanaba substance jamna phangi. Out of petroleum and natural gas we get many useful substances. Kanaba mayam phangi masibu koina petrochemicals kawi. Petrochemicals they are used in the manufacture of detergents, fibers like polyester, nylon, acrylic, polythenes have this seasoning, and the natural gas tagi hydrogen fangi akoina. Hydrogen gas obtained from natural gas is used in the production of fertilizer. Masi hydrogen se koina fertilizers have this seasoning. So aduna petroleum gi aduki mati kana bala ibna maram moidana petroleum se koina black gold so kawi. Because why it is called black gold? Black gold ko isike maram ino imagi commercial importance yam bala. Yamna kana ba koida. Because of its commercial importance, petroleum is also called black gold. So we get many useful products from petroleum and natural gas. Aduna petrochemicals kawi. Petroleum degi phangba singjina akoina keke sabdasi nei, detergents sabdasi nei, polythenes are fibers. Natural gas degi hydrogen gas phangi. Hydrogen gas is obtained from natural gas, which is used in the manufacture of fertilizers sabdasi nei. So the next topic is natural gas. natural gas. So the next topic is natural gas. Natural gas is very important. Natural gas is very important as fuel, fossil fuel, because it is easy to transfer through pipes. Fossil fuel, the fossil fuel, this is very easy. It is easy. Sorry. It is easy to transport. It is easy to transport through pipes. Pipe ki mating na puthok pusin tawbi ai adana masi yamna maru oiba fossil fuel amani. Natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas. Natural gas si akoina compressed tawruga store tawi store tawu matamda natural gas store tawu matamda compressed tawruga store tawi masigi possible koina compressed natural gas CNG kawi. CNG is used in power generation. It is used in power generation. It is now being used as a fuel for transport vehicles because it is less polluting. It is a cleaner fuel. Was a less polluting way. So when you travel to one of the metropolitan cities, you will find auto rickshaw some auto rickshaw runs on CNG. CNG ki auto rickshaw ugo fangni. Less polluting oibanina, cleaner fuel oibanina yam seasoning we transport. Then the great advantage of the great advantage of CNG is that it can be used directly. CNG ki yamna kanabasi karino haragadi magi advantage si karino haragadi it can be used, or you can say can be used directly for burning. Directly for burning in homes and factories. Where it can be supplied through pipes schemating. Such a network of pipelines, when you look at your textbook, you will find examples of such type of pipelines exist in Vadodara, Gujarat, some parts of Delhi, Supangni and other places. High living as practical in India, the scenery pipes Toraga, Vadodara, Delhi, some parts of Delhi, other places. Directly adum Maidharaga, so this is one of the advantages of CNG. Natural gas is also used as a starting material for the manufacture of number of chemicals and fertilizers. Chemicals mayamos have the susi fertilizers have the susi fertilizer ki matang pangre chemicals and fertilizers. So they are also used in the manufacture of number of chemicals and fertilizers. India has vast reserves of natural gas. In our country, natural gas has been found in Kaida Fangi natural gas hai, Tripura the Fangi, Rajasthan the Fangi, Maharashtra the Fangi, and in the Krishna Godavari Delta the Fangi, you will find in the textbook. Then one question is there in your textbook which is highlighted by blue background, and the question is can coal, petroleum, Singasi, and natural gas, petroleum and natural gas be prepared in the lab from dead organisms. lab exhaustible inexhaustible coal and petroleum are coal, petroleum and natural gas are exhaustible natural resources ni hage loiba nai hage masi akhoi da yamna changmana maram oidana masi exhaustible ohel loige hadi can we try to make coal, petroleum and natural gas in laboratory from dead organisms yagadra hai ado ngasai coal amadi petroleum amadi natural gas akhona tamma matamda like su yaugre millions of years changi haidana aduna maram oidana lab ta sabasi process since their process is a very slow process and conditions for the formation cannot be created in the lab aduna lab ta sabi yaro lab ta sabasi kedoba yaro kai maram no oidana magi conversion si amna tap slow process oiba aduga conversion the changi ba conditions sing du asai lab to adu khoina piba ngamoy. So I repeat, since the process is slow process yam kuina changba and conditions sing du akoina create toba ngamoy akoina create toba ngamoy conditions required for the conversion from dead organisms to coal, petroleum, natural gas to madhu condition do akoina create toba ngamoy. So it cannot be, so they cannot be prepared in the lab just have ngamoy. So next is some natural resources are limited. The last topic of today's lecture and last topic of the lesson also. This is a continuation of lesson number 5. Last topic of lesson number 5 and last topic of today's lecture also. And the name of the topic is some natural resources are limited. Limited. So when you look at your textbook page number 61, you will find it in the beginning of the chapter some natural resources exhaustible like fossil fuels, forests and minerals. When in the beginning means in the last lecture we have discussed about exhaustible. We have discussed about exhaustible natural resources like fossil fuels, then forest, minerals kind class. They are all exhaustible natural resources. Exhaustible and the name of the topic is some natural resources are limited. Aduna fossil fuels, coal, petroleum and natural gas fossil fuels ngakani aduna moisi ke dawe hano coal, petroleum and natural gas ke hano limited loiba nai rakani the human activities ki matung ina tab to na loiba nai rakani aduna khone yam section na season asi habi gi mata ni ngasi tamdusi asi gi topic si. So let's see what points are given under this topic or what points we will discuss under this topic. So coal and petroleum are fossil fuels. See, heck, coal and petroleum fossil fuel are fossil fuels. Fossil fuels. So coal and petroleum are fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are exhaustible or it required dead organisms millions of years to get converted. Dead organisms tagi olapani. Dead organisms ta sahi ne kyam changba millions of years. Millions of years. So they are converted from dead organisms and it takes millions of years. So on the other hand, the known reserves of this will last only a few hundred years. Moreover, burning of this fuel is a major cause of air pollution. And human activity moreover burning air pollution and mainly carbon dioxide pollution and their use is also linked to global warming gasu yamna mari leni. Burning siga global warming gasu yamna mari leni. Burning of these fuels is a major cause of air pollution. Air pollution thoe, air pollution thoe. Koi thabsina global warming sisu moi ga mari lena ani. Global warming carbon dioxide na thon bani. Carbon dioxide ki heat trap to bana mara moidena global warming si lakuni. It is therefore necessary that we use these fuels only when absolutely necessary. Masi season of matamda yam na maru or kind of thing season of you only necessary. Yam na maru or kind. So this will result in a better environment, smaller risk of global warming, and the availability for a longer period of time. Ado maru or kind of thing season aragadi global warming handarani, air pollution handarani. The season of availability so that yam queen of Hangani. According to Yamna, season Drabanina, Yam queen, Yam queen, where the sin of Yabagi among the lady. And so in the last para, it is given that in India, the Petroleum Conservation Research Association advised people how to save petrol, diesel while driving. Kanana no P say advice kanana P no PCRA. PCRA di no Petroleum Conservation Research Association. So Petroleum Conservation Research Association na advice P. Karam advice no? How to save petrol. Mana P advice kay no? How to save petrol or diesel while driving. Gari thau matamda petrol amadi diesel se koina kamai save to kamai mangal lo habi ki advice kanana pire Petroleum Conservation Research Association pire. So some points are given in your textbook at page number 61. 4 points are given. Number 1 is drive at a constant. Gari thau matamda drive at a constant and moderate speed. Constant and moderate speed thobiyo. Yam yang na sunataba yam tap na sunataba sang amada thobiyo. Constant and moderate speed. Thorogadi petrol save hoini, diesel save hoini. Number 2 the kai pire switch off the engine at the traffic lights. Red light minute amagi red light laiba yawi yam kuina laiba su yawi maduda starts in muthat piu switch off the engine mai muthat piu at traffic lights the red light la agadi ko traffic lights which will help you to save petrol. Then number 3 ensure correct tire pressure do in view yam pe laga thawsi thaw yam chabani tire pressure in view. Then number 4 there is ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle. Regular maintenance servicing facility of view. Regular maintenance of view serving the engine oil fazana sindopiu ada regular maintenance to already thau chabi ki sangji handarakani. So these are the points given in your textbook. With this I'll summarize what we have learned today. So that petroleum gas, petrol, diesels and kerosene paraffin wax lubricating are obtained by refining petroleum. Koi ngasi ke tame petroleum dagi kanaba useful constituents me ama yawi madu ki constituents tu lokthok du bu ke koi hai koi na refining to bu ko wi kudam mon hai bada LPG petrol kerosene diesel si me am si constituents of petroleum ngakani masi koi na koi de yam ka nei natural gas ki su phangi kari hydrogen phangi adu koi de yam ka nei fertilizers ha si nei du khai de maru oi bidi fossil fuel singsi coal amadi petroleum chi akoina yamna sizinai masi limited oi hadi loiba nai rakani kai maram ni do hadi akoina sizinari ba chang siga magi formation gi speed siga yamna khenare formation gi speed ni yamna tappa slow process oi it is converted from dead organism and it takes millions of years yam kuina chang ado akoina sizinamana kai do ba yam thu re sizinam adana maram sizinamana henjilakpanina sonda di formation of tappanina loiba na han gini adana maram moidana moreover in addition to that burning jisu ma gi main constituency carbon oibanina ma thaba matam mai chak matamda mai thaba matamda ma ji air pollution thohalli aduga global warming su magi manam mangondagi mana maram moidana global warming su lai aduna maram moidana khoina sinaba matamda yamna maru oirakanda tang yamna daga oirakanda tang sinabiu adagi PCRA na su guidelines pire while driving how to save petrol and diesels. So with this, after summarizing what we have learned today, I will write down some questions which will help you to evaluate yourself. Question number 1 is, can coal, petroleum and natural gas be prepared be prepared in the laboratory from dead organisms then question number 2, what is the advantage of using CNG sinabagi what advantage kari no. So question number 1 is, can coal, petroleum and natural gas be prepared in the laboratory from dead organism? Question number 2, CNG advantage kari no. Question number 2, CNG advantage kari no. So with this, this is for the evaluation in order to check whether you have understand the topic or not. So with this, I conclude my lecture. So please try to find the answer. You can take the reference or textbook also. Thank you. Evaluation is very important. Thank you.